I guess it's gonna be 2 videos because this phone has issues. So yeah, that happened, and now it's just the 2 of them. This other one, she's so obsessed to a point where now, like, you crying when you should be learning. Couldn't she hold it in and cry at home or something? Like, I just found it so dramatic. And she wasn't really crying. She manipulated those teachers. Like, And now I'm dating the both of them. And everyone at school knows that I'm dating the both of them. And now it comes down to, oh, I have to pick. It became a huge thing to a point where they want these 2 girls in my class, and the whole school was in that class, and they were like, yeah, you have to pick. We tired of this. You breaking these girls' hearts. Da 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 da. And I'm the villain because obviously I'm the older one, and they, I pick her, my ex, the one that I'm talking about right now. I pick her, fine. We start dating. Yeah, at that time I was doing the bare minimum. It was just puppy love type of thing. I carry your bag, I buy you lunch, buy you airtime, take you home, those type of things. Shorty was fucking around. Shorty was fucking her outside of school, and I would find out, through like other people, sometimes like on her phone, but I'm like, you know what, it's whatever at this point. I also start fucking around because like it was just toxic. We were a mess. Fast forward, and she had a lot of people in her ear that you see, she's fucking around with every girl here at school. She doesn't love you, and she's matriculating. She's gonna finish high school, forget about you. So I guess that got into her head, and she did all the things that she did. And there were these group of girls that like didn't like me, and they would like feed her things, and she tells me the things that they fed her 2 years later. 2 years later, now that we actually proved people wrong, we did continue dating after I was done with high school. This girl comes to my house and all of that, meets my mom. I already know her mom, She even met my dad. I never got to meet her dad. She even meets my dad and stuff like that. I was like, oh, your mom doesn't like me. My mom doesn't have to like you. We're not married, And I would even go to my mom and be like, oh, why don't you like my girlfriend? My mom's like, firstly, did I tell you that I don't like your girlfriend? Like, I don't hate her, but at the same time, do I have to like her? She's not my girlfriend. And you have brought a lot of girls here at home. So I don't want to like someone and then you guys break up and then you bring another one. We had a similar childhood. Like, so we're trauma bonding, basically. She went through a lot of things that I went through. We're just trauma bonding. But now the problem about her was she wanted to stay in that trauma. She wanted to stay in that trauma. She wanted to be a victim forever. And me, I was trying to heal. That, okay, those things happen. It's life. It happens. I'm not the first one. I'm not the last one to go through the things that I went through, oh my God, me, why me? My mom this, my dad that, my sister this. Like, let's... Okay, like, we acknowledge the fact that you went through a lot at a very young age. But can we move on? We can't like live like that forever, And I guess that's when shit went haywire, because why are you healing? We're supposed to be these broken kids, and. Okay, now that I'm done with high school, and I'm like I'm pursuing my art now. you know. And I guess she was kind of happy that like I didn't go to university because she didn't go to university, so she didn't get the chance to like meet other girls, so she could break up with me and see people that are better or whatever. And even if I did, I don't think I would have broken up with her because I was really invested, like maybe even too invested, you know. So she's always complaining about her mom and stuff like that, you know. My mom this, my mom that, whatever, this, that, and the third. I'm like, but okay, at this point, you've known your mom forever, you know. You should know by now that like she yells, you know, she's this type of person. Why does it still bother you so much? I'm not saying the things that she's doing are right, but at this, you should be like, there's some things that my mom does that I don't like, but it's like I'm used to them now, you know. And if if something, if you can't change something, there's you stressing about it is, it's not gonna make it change miraculously. Like it's not, no, it's not gonna happen. So she would come to my house, you know, and sleep over and stuff like that. So there was a time she came for a sleepover and she didn't want to leave. She didn't want to leave, and 2 days went from a week, 2 weeks. Her mom came with a cop. Okay, those cops that don't wear because that guy didn't have a police uniform on. Like he just had like formal clothes with this paper. Then they give me the paper and then I read it and they're like, yeah, sign it. And I had to sign it. I think it was a paper that said like I should like stay, or it was a restraining order. I don't know. I kind of browsed through the whole paper. I didn't really read it. And her mom is like, I kidnapped her daughter. And I'm like, what do you mean I kidnapped your daughter when you knew where she was? You here now to get her, so you knew where she was and where you could find her, you know? Okay, fine. She's having issues with her mother, and then she had to relocate and stuff. I'm there for her. I'm all the way there for her. You know, no, everything is gonna be fine. And she was like, I don't want to live with my mom anymore. Things like that. I'm helping her. I'm giving her advices. No, do this, do that. You know. Eventually, she moves. Very happy. Oh my God, I'm not in a toxic environment anymore. No, she's still not happy. She's still not happy. My grandmother and my aunt, they want me to do a lot of things, you know, and I have school on the other side, and it's just a lot. I'm like, but you a kid, you should have chores, you know, and it's a new environment. I feel like if I was you in a better place now than where you were. So I would do anything to stay there. I would do it, even if they said you should go clean the roof. I would do that because I'm not trying to go back where I was. Why does this girl saves money, her lunch money, and then she comes where I'm at? Like where she relocated is, I think, an hour away from where I live. She's supposed to be going to school. She woke up very early. Like she had like a morning class to attend. She comes here. I'm not gonna lie. I knew about the plan, but I really didn't think she was gonna do it. You know, like you should be scared. I would have never. Okay, I would have never, and I know that makes me sound like a hypocrite because, oh, you let her do it, but you wouldn't do it. She has her own mind. She's her own person. She comes wearing like her school clothes. Kids are at school, you know, and now I'm with this kid that's wearing school clothes at the mall, and we just walking around. Tell me why the shop that we go into gets raided. The cops are coming in and they were looking for, like, I guess, thieves that got into the mall, so they just so happened to be in the shop that we went in. Now everybody is down. I was so scared. I was so scared because I'm like, if anything happens, she is very far from home. She's very far from home. And it had to be a thing of we just chill, have lunch, and then later on, she goes back home. She doesn't go back home. She doesn't go back home. And what happens? Oh no, I make it a point that she goes back home, like, I think after like 3 days. I think it was Friday. And then she left on Sunday. I don't remember what she told her family or what. But yeah, they were mad. They were really mad, you know? And I guess that's where they started hating me. And she lies to her family that I'm 21 because the incident happens again. She comes, it's not supposed to be a sleepover. You just came to see me and then you go back home. No. She ends up staying here for like, I think 3 weeks. The family, I don't know how they got my location and whatever. A car's outside my house. They're looking for her. It's her grandmother, her 2 aunts, and you know. Her grandmother is like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 19. She's like, no, you're 21. I'm like, how are you gonna tell me how old I am? Like, obviously I didn't say that to her, but I was like, okay. Maybe it's because, like, for a black kid to have their own space outside of the actual house, you have to be 21, you know, those type of things. So that's why she probably thought I'm 21. I was like, okay, but which makes the situation even absurd, because if you think I'm 21, that means I'm way older than this kid, and you guys are this calm about it, you know. And then they're like, yeah, they take her, and then it's a thing of I should stay away from her, this, that, and the third. I should never contact her. And then the aunt is like threatening me, and as if I don't have a family, you know. Yeah, there's a lot going on with me and my family and whatever, but no, don't play with me. Okay, so yeah, she goes back home, and when I tell you, I was so scared. Like, I was so scared. I was so scared. So yeah. Oh, now I went back to be like my feminine self, you know. That whole stud thing was a phase. I'm tired now of looking like a boy. I want to be me. It changed the relationship. Like, things were just never the same, and I guess that's why we broke up. Because obviously she's bisexual, but convinced herself that she loves girls more. Now I'm changing. Now obviously, like, I'm doing my hair, I'm doing my nails, and she now brings up things that were never brought up in this relationship. Oh, I'm insecure. Oh, I don't like this about myself. Oh, this, that, and the third. Now she's nitpicking everything that I do, you know. I do my hair, she wants to do her hair, which is okay. Like, but it things just started becoming so weird, like very, very weird, you know, to a point where now I'm not supposed to grow my hair. You know, she's the one that's supposed to grow her hair. I'm not supposed to do my nails. You know, So, okay. But she still stayed. She still stayed because I was a good person. Because now that we've broken up and I don't want to take you back, you out there, wherever you are right now, telling your friends lies that I did this and that and that. If you're going to tell the story, tell the whole thing. Okay? If you're going to tell the story, tell the whole thing. Because I'm going to come and tell the whole thing. And now you're going to look dumb. Because the same friends that you are gossiping to about me are the same friends that you came to me and told me that, oh, they don't like me, we're just pretending, and I'm like, then why are you in that group if you know that they don't like you and you guys are just pretending to like each other, and she'll show me pictures and they very cool kids, like they're very cool kids, and she is just I want to be a cool kid. She's a not really like a church girl, but if you could see her, like she looks so innocent, like she looks like those girls that go to church. Well, not anymore. Not anymore. So a lot happened. A lot happened. A whole lot happened. I feel like we are, in a way, the people that were around us and the people that we grew in front of, and we take things that they do and we want to do them also, but and it's gonna be justified as, oh yeah, my sister does it, so that's why I'm doing it. No, if something is wrong, it's wrong. She was not even I don't want to say her age. I don't want to say I still feel like I was a pedophile. I really do. I really do. I hope this uploads on YouTube. I don't know the things that I have to say and not have to say. I wish I still had TikTok so I can make this like a series on TikTok, but I know she's gonna see this because you hacked into my account. You've subscribed to every channel that I've subscribed to, and little do you know that if you subscribe to every channel that a person is subscribed to, the things that you are watching that I'm not subscribed to get recommended on my page, on my channel. It's so annoying. You go down every channel that I've subscribed to, you go down the comments, imagine that time and effort, and then you're gonna sit there, tell your friends, oh, she did this to me, or whatever. And she's so petty. She's the type to keep screenshots from years ago, and when you have an argument, she brings that shit up. Because I'm older than her, because I have tattoos, I'm automatically the bad guy. And it's always the situation in any situation, like a bad situation that I have with someone, I'm always the villain. I'm always the villain until I actually tell my side of the story, because I feel like you doing all the things that you're doing behind the scenes because you thought maybe I wouldn't know it was you, which is like so dumb, because I don't have a circle of friends like you, whatever. And this girl is talking about, oh, my friends pop pills and they have guns, and I'm like, why are you around those type of people? Dogs don't chill with cats. Well, it's a saying, dogs do chill with cats, whatever. You're gonna end up doing drugs. You're gonna end up firing people. Like, what are we doing? What are you doing? And what is your dad? But as you know what, I don't know that man from a bar of soap is not his fault. But at the same time, all I'm saying is, I misbehave when I live with my mom. When I was living with my dad, I would never drink the way you drink and drunk dial. Oh, I miss you. It's like behind the scenes, you still want to be with me, you still doing all these petty things, but when you go to your friends, oh, Blue is this, Blue is that, Blue did this to me, they're gonna see the real you one day. They're gonna see the real you one day. How me changing back to my actual self made you feel insecure about yourself, and you hated me for your insecurities that I had nothing to do with. You know, how now I was a cause of your body dysmorphia because I was working on my body, because I was big in high school, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna work on my body, you know. And people assume that, oh yeah, she lost weight because she's smoking a lot of Zan. I actually work out. She knows I have like weights. Bookie, excuse me. Anyways, we're not there. And now I feel bad. Like, there were times where I would cut my hair so she would feel better about herself. Like, shave my hair off. And my mom would see how I'm just neglecting myself to make this kid happy. You know, and she's making her family hate me because all the time when we're having arguments, she tells them. But then you want to come back and tell me how toxic your family is, how your uncle, his name starts with an M, he steals and he stole your shoes and nobody did ish about it. How you got so jealous. You want to project your insecurities on other people. How you got so I don't know if you can hear me, guys. There are people working here and anything. How your sister gained weight and she got thick and you got mad about that. And now you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You don't know if you want to be slim because I was getting slim, or you want to be thick because your sister's getting thick. You know, and all your friends, the friends that you have this side and the friends that you have that side where you live now, they're all toxic. Well, according to everything that you told me, you know, the ones that you have this side, they're the ones that taught you how to smoke cannabis, not me. And your mom had the audacity to be like, oh, I taught you how to smoke. But when she's the one that said it, that one day she found you smoking at the park, way before you were dating me. So make it make sense. You know, make it make sense. How you and your best friend / big brother were just that, friends, and he was not even a friend. You saw him as a brother, but no, y'all were fucking around. And the motherfucker has the audacity to come to my house. And I feel like if my mom was not around that day, that nigga was gonna jump me. That nigga really kind of looked like he had a knife in his pocket and was trying to, like, really hurt me. You could see it in his face that, oh yeah, why are you hurting my friend? Can you tell your friend to leave me alone so that I cannot hurt her if I'm really, like, that bad of a person? You know? Why do you keep coming back if, like, I'm such a bad person? And I know it sounds like, oh no, you are grown. You probably manipulated that kid you lured her back in. No, if something is that bad, you see how I blocked you? You see how I blocked you on every social? Yes, my phone got lost, but here's a phone. I still have a phone and it works. No. And I'm choosing not to have TikTok or Instagram on this phone. Never mind that it doesn't take great pictures, but I don't want you in my business. Already you still are in my business because you're the only person that knows my passwords to my emails and stuff. So definitely, for a moment I kind of thought it was my sister, but I was like, no, how? You hacking my shit. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you and your friends are doing, but it's not gonna end well. And I hope your dad knows that you have friends that are older than you. I texted her mom because I was so worried. I'm like, do you know your daughter chills with people that do drugs? Like, drugs, not like And then I get a text from this woman that, yeah, it's your fault that my kid is like this, that, and the third. And I don't think that was her mom. I think she took her mom's phone and was texting me as if it's her. Because if that woman really read the things that I wrote there, and then Shorty comes back, she's like, oh, I missed my period. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean? I'm a girl. I'm a girl. You're not supposed to come here with that. I missed my period. And then she comes back, because like I only saw her when she came to visit her mom, you know. Yeah, I also could have went that side to her dad to see her and whatever, but I feel like after her moving from this side to that side, because I live in the hood. I live in the ghetto. That side is more of like a suburban place where she lives now. Shorty was now in this pedestal. It went from her asking me, oh, why did you pick me? Why would you date me? To, I don't want to date you. You're not in my league anymore. Even her friends this side would tell me that, oh my God, like, your girl has changed. I'm like, yeah, she has. She would walk around and she's like, oh my God, ew, my shoes. I'm like, what? I have family members that live in suburban places, but I would never go there and then come back here and be like, oh my God, ew, and act all bougie. And it's very funny how you want to be this cheese girl, this brat, but you so ghetto at the same time. You so ghetto at the same time. You don't want to talk about, you know, what are we gonna be doing in the next 2 to 3 years, whatever, those type of conversations. No, you want to talk about other people. You want to talk about how you don't like your friends, but when shit hits the fan, y'all had to be kumbaya and come together and work against me, you know. So this is not to make a video to like out you or whatever, even though that's what you are doing wherever you are using my name. And you very dumb, because when in future when you go look for a job or whatever, they're gonna look back into your socials and whatever, and you can delete stuff, but it can be, it's 2025. So I hope whatever you guys are doing is worth it. Yeah, I hope it's really worth it. And how, oh, my dad doesn't like me, da 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 da. What? I always had to, like, I was her mother, her father, her sister, her therapist. I neglected myself so bad. There was a point in time where, and I'm sorry to say this, but you were the cause. You were the cause of my trauma and things that triggered me. They came back up because they came back to surface because, and I'm not proud, okay? I don't want people to think, oh, she keeps saying it, she keeps bringing it up because she's proud, and I'm not proud. I am definitely not proud that I was once in a police van at the age of 13. I'm human. I have mistakes, you know? But whatever happened to get me arrested, it's still a trigger for me. It's still a trigger for me, and whatever, you know, I don't. And I would tell her, but she would do things to. Now I feel like I'm gonna have to get into context of what really happened. She would use that trigger against me, and it's a bad thing. It's a bad, and I'm sorry for using this analogy, but it's the same as, okay, yeah, let me not use that one. It's the same as you get burnt. You get like really burnt, you know, and you have to live with that for the rest of your life. And then you tell the person that, oh, when I see fire, like I get triggered. When someone tries to, you tell her that I got burnt and anything that has to do with fire triggers me. And you know what that person does? Takes match and tries to burn you. And that's what she did. It would trigger me. I wouldn't be able to go to sleep. I was like, she's gonna, is she trying to kill me? Because I'm telling you, this thing is, it's triggering me. I can't even articulate myself anymore. Yeah, and she keeps doing it. She doesn't care, you know? You broke my property, firstly. You almost killed me. This one time when we had an altercation, and I don't, like, my mom sleeps, okay? And it's starting to stress me out now. You can't sleep like that when people are actually screaming. Because I thought she would wake up and come. And because I've once gotten arrested, I don't want anything to do with the police. They also trigger me, you know. So I'm not trying to get physical with this girl. I'm literally running around my room. She's chasing me. She's chasing me, putting her hands on me, and she wants to kill me. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, I said some dumbass things. You know, I said some dumbass things that could make a person want to kill you. But it's like, I got you from your house when you said you had an altercation with your mother. I brought you in here. I fed you, made you food, ran back water for you. Gave you money that I didn't fucking have. You know, all those type of things. But no, today you have the audacity. Oh, blew this, blew that. We all have mistakes. We all have mistakes. I take accountability of mine. You know, I don't try to create this perfect image that, oh yeah, no. So now that I don't want to be with you anymore, I should be crucified, and it should be this huge thing. The whole world should, oh yeah, I'm gonna expose her. Bookie, I don't want to be with you, and I don't think about you. And I thought I would never engage or address this, but I feel like I have to now because of the things that you're doing. You know, I'm also building something for myself. You are still doing high school, you know, so you still naive, you upset that you got left because you never thought I'd leave. That's the thing. You did all these things, having old men on your phone who had cars because I didn't have one, you know, and you needed money so bad when, oh, my dad works at a bank and he is so rich, but you out here acting like a dad and you want money from everyone. And then there's one day where she had a link, an OnlyFans link on her bio, and it was a prank. I didn't know at the time. I go on her Instagram. We had broken up and then gotten back together. We broke up like more than 10 times and got back together or whatever. And then I see that link and my heart, when I tell you, my heart sank and it dropped my stomach, and I was like, what the hell? I knew she wanted money for whatever. Like, you still at school. Like, what do you want money for? Your dad does give you money to do your hair, whatever. And, you know, I'm like, no way. I'm going to tell her mom. I'm going to tell her mom. She's doing OnlyFans. I'm like, and how? And how is she doing OnlyFans? Because she's not even 18. And then I tell her, I'm like, yo, you have OnlyFans, this, that, and the third, that, and then she's like, no, go click the link. And I'm like, hello, I don't want to see. I don't want to, like, oh. Then she's like, no, go click the link. And I clicked the link, and it had like some sort of, it took me to this website that had like a message, and it was like, oh, it's a prank, whatever. I don't remember what that shit said. And I was like, oh, okay. But then still, I went back to her and I was like, yo, are you cool? Are you, like, what about people that hate? Because, she's a lot of haters. Like, what are people gonna say? Like, they're not gonna click that shit. They're gonna do the same thing that I did. They're gonna see it and think, oh, she's doing OnlyFans, and now it's gonna be a thing. And now your community is gonna know that. Not that you should care what other people say about what you do, but really. And this is why parents should follow their kids on socials, because ew, you know, I'm not perfect. I do stuff, you know, but my parents know about the ish I be doing, and that's all I can say. I'm like, didn't her dad see that thing? And even if it is a prank, it doesn't. It. What kind of prank is that? And it should be done by someone older, not you. You know. And then I'm trying to like speak some sense into her, this, that, and the that, and then yeah, she removes it. I'm like, she is such an attention seeker. It's sad. Okay, it's sad. Like, it's not your fault that you were not loved like you were supposed to as a child. Well, according to what you said and told me, it's totally. And you have to heal at some point. You can, because I don't know what type of adult you're gonna be. Honestly, like. What am I leaving out? What am I leaving out? Like, drinking as much as you are is not gonna help you. Za is definitely not gonna help you. Take it from me. It's not gonna help you at all. And you just need to work on yourself, work on your insecurities. Stop comparing yourself with other people. We different for a reason, you know. Like, everyone has their own path. Everyone has their own journey. We don't have the same dreams. We can't have the same. Speaking of dreams, tell me why I go to the studio, make a song about this girl, and she breaks up with me the same day. Maybe I did something wrong that day, but at least break up with me like after a week, or something. No, the same day. The song was not even transferred to my phone yet. It was still with my producer at the time. Yo. And like, I'm numb to pain now. And I know, yeah, Bona, I have things that I'm still healing, and I'm vocal about that. Everyone has their own ish, you know, whether big or small, whatever. Hey, I went to my niggas and I told them, oh, my niggas, I mean like my homies, people that were my friends at the time, people that I made music with at the time. I tell them, and you know, I'm saying in a very sarcastic way that remember the girl I was I was rapping about yesterday? She broke up with me. And I'm like, but F it, we still keeping the song and it, you know. And we broke up so many times, so when I tell people, they're like, you guys are gonna get back together or whatever. This girl, now I'm telling her, yeah, like I love art. I love writing, whether it be poetry or bars, or because rap is poetry in a way, you know. I'm a songwriter. Anything that has to do with art, count me in, you know. I make my own clothes sometimes. Yeah, my dad will tell you, you know, type ish. This girl now wants to dress like me. Now she's doing music. She met this other kid that wears bangy clothes and has like a plaster on his face. I guess he's a rapper. Everybody wants to be a rapper. I mean, now she's a rapper, you know. I want to do content creation. Oh, now she wants to do content creation. It's like everything I want to do, she wants to do, you know. And she copies everything that I do, but adds a little twist to it to kind of make it seem as if, I was not really like copying you. I was not copying you, you know. My mom buys me these green pens, you know, like green cargo pens and stuff. She buys the same pens but different color. And I'm like, oh yeah, we matching. Like, no. As time went by, I was like, oh, okay, now things are getting really weird. Now it's not a thing of you my partner and you matching with me. It's giving you wanna be me, you know. So to her friends, listen to this and actually lock in. I'm telling you, people be showing you who they are, and it's all in plain sight. We just choose to ignore it because, oh no, not her, no, she could never gossip about me to my friends. No, she could never take the personal things that I share with her and tell other people. And no, never, not her. I learned the hard way, with friendship, with relationships, with so like get your ish together, ma'am. And I'm not the one, and I'm not the two. Okay, even to your aunt, the one that doesn't know me from a bar of soap, and I don't even know her either, for her to like threaten me when your own mother has never really threatened me like that. So this is just to say, back off, you know, leave me alone respectfully. That's what you said when I was trying to get your accounts off my phones, and it beeped on your phone, obviously, because I was trying to remove your TikTok that you left on my phone. And then you text me when you were still mad and you still thought the grass was greener when it was just artificial. But anyways, oh, I don't remember the whole paragraph. I just remember the last line, that leave me alone respectfully. I wasn't even trying to get back with you. It's just I was trying to remove your email. So obviously it's gonna notify you on your phone because the SIM card is on your. And I left you alone respectfully, Shem. 6 months later, you wanna come back talking about, oh, I need closure. And then your stupid friend is like, no. Oh, the friend comes in alone. He acts like, nigga, you don't know my house. Who showed you where I live? Obviously, she's the one that showed you where I live. She's the one that showed you where I live. And then he's acting like, oh, shorty is not outside my street waiting at the corner or something. Because I'm a very intuitive person, and I know bullshit when I see bullshit. You know what I mean? So I go out with this motherfucker, so I know shorty's just right there at the corner, so she can see me. That I'm glowing. I'm glowing. I'm sleeping. I don't have insomnia anymore. I'm not smoking like I'm trying to OD on ZA, if that has ever happened. I'm not having like eye bags. I don't look like I'm dying right in front of you, walking around with me like as a zombie while you look so good. You didn't give a fuck. Okay? And I wanted you to give a fuck so bad to a point where I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? It's F everyone where I'm at right now in this phase of my life. I know who I am now. I know what I want. And yeah, there's so many wrong things that I did to you. And till today, I regret a lot of it. And I apologized. I apologized so many times about everything that happened in 2022. And, so I hope people see you for who you are one day. And I hope your family knows how much you don't like them. How much you don't fuck with them. How she got so obsessed with this one celebrity. I'm not going to mention her name. She literally, it's another thing to be obsessed with an artist. And I know how to... Sometimes you love the art. And sometimes you don't love the art, you love the artist. And sometimes you love both, And with her, firstly, she loved the art because I also listened to that artist. Not anymore, I'm not depressed anymore. I'm not, no. And when you're healing and you're in this positive place mentally and emotionally, I don't want to partake in those type of frequencies, like those low vibration songs and music. And now, I'm sad. Because you'll be feeling fine, and then you listen to this depressed song, and then you end up thinking about past things, and now you feel sad out of nowhere. Low vibrations, low vibrations. And then I once told her, I was like, you're very low vibrational, and she's like, likewise, bitch, where? So she doesn't maybe have like pictures of her. No, this girl took a marker. And the wall is white in her room. She wrote like her name, like in bold, Before I moved out, before I got my own space outside the house, I had a room in the house, and I've changed my name so many times, like my AKA. So at that time, I was still Sapphire, the name that she took, and as she said, she gave it to her mom's last born. I don't know how true that is. I wrote my name, and when you start loving yourself, people want to label you as a narcissist. Yeah, you cocky. No, maybe I'm confident. Maybe you should be inspired and not intimidated and not, you know what I mean? Just because someone is confident and you haven't found yours doesn't mean now I'm the bad person, because why did you have to find your confidence? You had to wait for me to. No, hell no. Like, I'm so free from, yo, I'll never get back the 4 years that I shared with you, and it taught me a lot. And I don't hate you, but I don't love you anymore. And I still care for you as a human being, but how you are, what's this? How you are dealing with our separation is really not cute. And most of the times when you spiral out of control and do all these things, it kind of shows people who you are and not necessarily who the person you're talking about is, if you get what I mean. When a person comes to me and says, oh yeah, so and so said this about you, it says a lot about you also. You know what I mean? So work on yourself and stop trauma dumping. We all have our own issues, we all have our own things, okay? Like, it's like, since your dad has so much money, but you would take my stuff. You literally got mad that I didn't want to give you my own wash. A watch that's not working anymore. That ish was not working anymore, but obviously I kept it because I wanted to fix it. And I wonder, what are you doing with these stuff since, you met this dealer, my dealer, probably it was your boyfriend, the guy that sold you ZA. I'm like, till today, I'm still asking myself, how are you living this type of life? You live a double life. I don't know if people know. Like, your dad should really, really step up and before it's too late. Hey, before it's too late. And you almost got me sick. Like health-wise, not mental. You almost got me sick. Do you tell your friends that? And should I also talk about how your mom allegedly poisoned you? And I had to take my mother's pills. Yeah? Okay, it's not like she didn't know I told her. I literally told her. I had to take her pills, walk to your house because I didn't have money for a cab. And it's a distance when I tell. But I walked. I walked to your house and gave you I took her to the clinic. And F that clinic, by the way, I'm still gonna expose it. We got there. She is dying. Okay? And these women are like, oh no, I don't even remember what they said. They were like, where we have to go for what we came for, it's closed. And it was so early in the morning. They're like, no, we should come back tomorrow and we should come back earlier. We probably were there at like 10, 11 and they wanted us to come at like 7, 8. Like, it's a clinic. You have to be ready to help 24 hours. Am I crazy? Or yeah, my mom poisoned me. No, you probably drank something to get rid of that baby when you missed your period while you're supposed to be in a relationship with a girl. You know what I mean? So, I be telling these stories, and it's just I'm giving you all a drop when it's an ocean, you know. Focus on you, okay? Do you. I have nothing against you. I'm glad that we done. Just leave me alone, please. Like, respectfully. You want other people to respect your boundaries, respect other people's boundaries. I wonder what you did with my baseball jacket that was almost 500 rands. And I hope my mom doesn't see this, because it's literally written Matric 2022. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with that thing? And then she comes here one day, we have a fight, and I'm breaking up with her, and then I come in the house, she's in my room. She takes my shirt that I gave her, but took it back because I was like, nah, this shirt, nah. I drip hard. I don't care who says what. I drip to a point where even the person that buys me clothes is like, what? What's going on? Who are you? You know? She wanted my thing. Yo, please. And to her friends that hate me, I understand. If my friend was to come to me and say some dumbass shit about their partner, I would hate them too. That's my friend. Like, why would you do my friend like that? But there's always two sides to every story. Well, three, however you want to put it, because there's all people say it's my side, that side, and the truth. So don't believe everything that you hear. You know, I know she probably put out screenshots and created fake accounts. You even had like an account on Facebook. That fake account that you created on Facebook to get back with me, acting like you're somebody else. And then you approached other people using you know what? Yeah. That's my side of the story.